Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? I am struggling with this one today. I have been trying to stay away from this topic because emotionally it doesn't leave me in a good space. But I'm having a hard time understanding how companies and industry can celebrate Women's History Month and St. Patrick's Day, but found nothing of value to celebrate in February. I would actually be okay if you told me there's nothing to talk about any individual groups for any individual reasons. But if you can do a funny post of St. Patrick's Day and you got nothing for February and you got nothing for Juneteenth planned, and if you have a whole Women's History Month luncheon that you're doing this month, but you had nothing planned for February and you ain't got nothing planned for June, your silence speaks volumes. And what some people don't realize is I don't have the luxury of staying quiet because optometry is what I do. It's not who I am. Until I tell somebody what I do, they don't know. But they know I'm a black man when I step in the room. So I don't have to tell you that. So I still have the issues of a black person in this country, no matter what I tell you or what I choose to do. Because I could choose to be a realtor tomorrow, right? My problems and some of the issues that I have would still be there. I told myself that I was going to stop talking about this because I didn't want to get pigeonholed. I did not want to be perceived as an angry black man. I did not want to get put into a box of, difficult to work with or has issues, or Adam's going to shine a mirror to the problems. And we don't want anybody shining a mirror to the issues. We want to just tuck it in and keep it quiet. But then my daughter told me that she wanted to be an optometrist. Now she's 4. She's laughing. She's smiling. I asked her what she want to do when she gets older. She says, I want to be an eye doctor just like you, Daddy. Let me take these glasses off so you can see me. And at first I was really happy. And when I posted the video, I was really happy. But when I laid down to sleep that night, I was sad and I cried. Because I said, what profession am I leaving her? Is the profession going to be better than when I got it? And the question I have for the people that are ahead of me in this profession, is the profession better than when you got it? When somebody handed you the baton of this profession, is it better or worse than when you got it? Because sometimes stuff is swept under the rug and not talked about. And sometimes not talked about, okay, we can act as though it's not there. We can act as though it's not a problem. But now we have stuff that if you actually look for it, it's blatant. Even the silence is loud sometimes. And that's what I am struggling with. Am I leaving this profession better than when I got it? Now, Daryl and I started Black Eye Care Perspective. And when I started that, and when we started that, I think Daryl had just had his son. I had no kids. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to have kids because of fertility issues. So we started this not even thinking about the next generation. We were just trying to make it better for the docs that were in it and trying to get industry to understand what value we have. But now having a kid, and then my kid says she wants to be an eye doctor just like you. I ask myself, have I done anything? Because I don't care about the awards. I don't care about the accolades. I don't care about the shout outs. I want to know that I make a tangible difference in the profession. When companies are emailing us, which we got an email this week and says, hey, we no longer can support D&I initiatives. We no longer have that in our budget. Now, a couple $1,000s that you gave us and you're a multi-billion-dollar company, it isn't about the money. It's about priorities. And the question is, did I make the profession any better than when I received it? I'm really struggling to feel it. I'm really struggling to know the impact that I'm trying to have in this profession. I challenge anybody watching this video today to take a deep, hard look and say, if an email or a letter or a word can change the initiatives that you have set forth in your company, then was it really part of your core DNA? Think about it like this. You can't write a memo that makes me become a jerk or not be a gentleman. Be even better. There's no memo that's going to make me not be a gentleman, hold the door open for a lady when she walks in. That's not going to make me offer my coat if it's really cold in the room, because that's who I am at my core. So there's nothing that one person's going to say or do that's going to stop something. If it can be stopped that easily, you didn't want to do it in the first place. It wasn't really who you were. You were faking it. Now something is allowing you to do what you wanted to do in the first place. And at a certain point, people have to decide, do we want to be nice? Do we want to be kind? Do we want to do the right thing? And if you don't, just say that. But let's not act as though this is normal. This is not normal. At a certain point, we shouldn't have to keep having this discussion, but until something changes, the discussion has to be had. I genuinely want to talk about something else, but I have been so sad about the thought of my daughter coming into the profession and thinking I am not giving it to her in a better light than when I received it. And that would hurt me on the inside. So I can't give up. I can't stop what I'm doing. I can't not try and make it better, because I care about that there. I can handle it, but that's my baby. I don't play about my daughter. And I challenge the ones watching this video is, sometimes you're going to have to put your foot down. And sometimes you're going to have to try and make an impact. And you're going to have to band together and say, nah, we got to do the right thing. And if we have to change the wording, if we have to change the verbiage, if we have to find another way of going about it, that's fine. Let's do it. Let's sit down and have a conversation. But please stop giving up. Please stop throwing in the towel and realize that your voice has impact. Your kind words have impact. Your position, no matter where you are in the company and where you are as a person, you have impact. I challenge you guys, you got to make the profession better than when you received it. We got to hand it off a little bit better, and the things that can be done. I'm not going to give up. I can't give up. That would be too much. That would be too easy. The easy thing would be to give up. But I challenge you today that you can do something. Reach out. Support the National Optometric Association. Support Latinos in optometry. Support a lot of the other groups that are out there that are fighting the good fight. But it sometimes gets a little hard and it gets a little weary, but we got to band together and we got to keep going. But those that are in positions of power that have opportunities, I'm calling on you to put your foot down and say, you know what? I'm not going to be scared of other people. I'm going to do the right thing because it's just the right thing to do. There's nothing else that needs to be said about it. It's just the right thing to do.